Hello Internet, AdoptedMike here, and this is a test bench that I ordered and put together, and it's by a guy who goes by Spotswood. His real name is Rich, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because I do believe I will destroy it, but I will put a link to his website in the description below anyway. And this is his creation. This is an all aluminum test bench, and I did get the one here, as you can tell, that has elevates the graphics card. This is one of his mining or like Bitcoin mining workstation setups that he makes. And basically what this is doing is it's elevating the graphics cards away from the motherboard and then suspending them in kind of 4 to 6 inches off. It's completely adjustable, loosening bolts and stuff like that, so you can make this support bar as long as you want, as high as you want. This one back here as well too can be positioned high. It's got provisions for dual, there we go. It's got provisions for dual power supplies should you need it. Right now I'm just using the SSD mount, but another power supply can be stacked on top of it. Hard drives, SSDs can go here or not. I mean, this is pretty customizable. You'll have to check out his website to really appreciate what he can do. This one is obviously built to the specifications that I gave him, or I asked for, I guess, and he suggested this build for what I'm doing. But it's pretty cool because anybody who has ever done a lot of folding like I have, or Bitcoin mining, knows that heat is an issue. So what I like about this is getting the graphics cards away from the motherboard is nice for airflow, obviously, but one of the big things that is really nice, I think, and I'll loosen this top plate up so I can show it a little better, is the fact that with that ribbon cable you can pretty much position the GPUs anywhere you want, as well, providing that the ribbon cable doesn't contact anything. So for example, you can see I've moved the GPU over there. Well, now I can run another ribbon cable, another ribbon, another ribbon, another ribbon, so you could get a bunch of dual slot graphics cards on a single motherboard, which is great, and position them far enough away that it allows them to breathe. And like for example, you could never do this in a real case, obviously, because now I have a graphics card over the RAM, and if you have a low enough profile CPU cooler down here, you could easily, like a stock CPU, because most of the time when you're folding you're just using the graphics horsepower anyway, so if you had a low profile CPU cooler, then you could really spread them out. And depending on how many slots your motherboard has, you could get, I've seen 7-slot PCI Express motherboards, so you could get 7 graphics cards powered off of here, should you choose to. But yeah, so this is kind of a neat little setup that he designs and builds and sells off of his website. And like I said, I'll post a link in the description below, and I highly recommend checking him out. This is what I ended up with here, and I'll do a little speed through recap of from the parts to this finished product. And you can see it was a little difficult. I think he may have forgotten to include an instruction manual, but so basically what I did was I looked on the website, the pictures that he has on his website, and I was able to basically recreate what he had on his website. I just kind of followed around, zoomed into the pictures, and I was able to get this, which I feel pretty good about. Instructions would have been nicer, but heck, most people can figure out this simple thing just with some trial and error. It did take me probably an hour to figure it out, but with the miracle of editing, you're going to see me do it in several minutes. But yeah, anyway, hopefully this video helps out anybody who's looking for something like this. I've seen a lot of people on the internet that build them themselves. This guy here, though, at least I'm not great at building things, but this guy allowed me to buy this thing that I could have probably never designed and built myself, so that's kind of cool. And I know there's probably a lot of people out there like me that could never do this even if they wanted to. So anyway, I will shut up now, and then I will go through, we'll just start from scratch and I'll build it up to the finished product. Alright, so that wraps up my video and of my overview and setup kind of tutorial-ish, I guess you could call, for this test bench station. I highly recommend people checking it out. This is pretty cool. Like I said before, I could never have done this myself without the help of somebody else, making the kit for me. So I really appreciate that. It wasn't horribly priced either. I had to, I suggest people jump on and request a quote from the guy. The turnaround was, I want to say the turnaround was about 3 weeks, which isn't really horrible, I don't think, for something that he kind of builds custom to the end user's needs. So yeah, that wraps it all up. If you like the video, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. If you don't, give me the thumbs down. In the comments section below, tell me what you think about this and give me some of your thoughts on it. And as always, thank you for watching.